Metamorphism is the change that takes place within a body of rocks as a result of it being subjected to conditions that are different from those in which it formed.
Metamorphism is the change of minerals or geologic texture in pre-existing rocks without the protolith melting into liquid magma. The change occurs primarily due to heat, pressure, and the introduction of chemically active fluids.
Metamorphic things have experienced some kind of transformation or change. In geology, metamorphic describes a specific process that some rocks undergo when heat and pressure changes them. The Greek metamorphon, the transform is from meta, means change, and the morph means form.
The geologists who study metamorphism are known as metamorphic petrologists. To determine the process underlying metamorphism, they rely heavily on statistical mechanics and experimental petrology. Three types of metamorphism exist: contact, dynamic, and regional. Metamorphism produced with increasing pressure and temperature conditions is known as low-grade metamorphism. Conversely, decreasing temperatures and pressure characterize retrograde metamorphism.
The three types of rocks are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks.
What are igneous rocks? Igneous rocks, from the Latin word for fire, are formed when hot, molten rock crystallizes and solidifies. The melt originates deep within the earth near active plate boundaries or hot spots, then rises towards the surface. Igneous rocks are divided into two groups, intrusive or extrusive, depending upon where the molten rock solidifies.
Sedimentary rocks are type of rock that are formed by the accumulation or deposition of mineral or organic particles at the Earth's surface followed by cementation. Sedimentation is the collective name for processes that cause these particles to settle in place. The particles that form a sedimentary rock are called sediment and may be composed of minerals or organic matter. The minerals originated from weathering and erosion of existing rocks or from the solidification of molten lava erupted by volcanoes. The minerals is transported to the place of deposition by water, wind, ice, or mass movement, which are called agents of denudation. Organic matter was formed by bodies and parts of dead aquatic organisms, as well as their fecal mass suspended in water and slowly piling up on the floor of water bodies. Sedimentation may also occur as dissolved minerals precipitate from water solution.
Metamorphic rocks are rocks that have changed form due to heat and pressure. Metamorphic comes from the Greek word meta and morph. Meta means change and morph means form. So we get metamorphic meaning to change form. Metamorphic rocks were once sedimentary, igneous, or even other metamorphic rocks that have been changed by the heat and pressure.
Three types of metamorphism: contact, regional, and dynamic metamorphism.
Contact metamorphism occurs when magma introduces or forces its way into existing rocks. The heat of magma bakes up surrounding rock, causing them to change. This is a local event. The change due to contact metamorphism are relatively small and are said to be low-grade metamorphism. An example of contact metamorphism is the metamorphic rock marble. Marble is created from the limestone that has been subjected to heat.
Regional metamorphism, by contrast, takes place over large area, and it's high-grade metamorphism. Regional metamorphism is associated with mountain building like there's rocks on the cliff face on the black canyon of the condition. It's mostly a metamorphic rocks called gneisses. See pictures below. The pink rocks you see are pegmatites. which are igneous rocks that have squeezed their way into cracks in the older gneiss.
Dynamic metamorphism is metamorphism that is produced in zones such as faults or troughs that are under high amounts of pressure. The way that this form of metamorphism works is that rocks are scraped against each other, causes them to be ground into a powder. Then this powder is reformed due to the pressure in the zone and the heat caused by friction of the two rock surfaces. Due to the given conditions, we can determine that this metamorphism is mainly dependent on pressure and requires relatively low temperatures.
Types of pressure that cause metamorphism. Confining pressure, the effect of the mass of overlying rocks. It acts equally in all directions and increases with depth. Directed pressure, the effect of tectonic force operating at converging plate margin.
The greater the heat, temperature, and time, the greater the degree of metamorphosis.
Example of increasing metamorphism, hail. A sedimentary rock formed into slate that have low-grade metamorphism go to pyrite that low to medium-grade metamorphism to screes that medium to high-grade metamorphism to hnesis that very high-grade metamorphism that show binding.
Two categories of metamorphosis.
The classification of metamorphic rock are metamorphic rock classified as foliated or non-foliated. Foliated metamorphic rock appear binded or layered. Non-foliated metamorphic rock usually contains one mineral.
Foliated metamorphic rock. Foliation forms when pressure squeezes the flat or elongate minerals within a rock so they become aligned. These rocks develop lengthy or sheet-like structure that reflects the direction that pressure was applied.
Non-foliated metamorphic rock are classified based primarily on their composition. Marble, quartzite, and soapstone are examples of non-foliated metamorphic rocks. Thank you for watching!